So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 392, published in September 1970, with story by Cary Bates and art by Win Mortimer. Tie up these phonies, Saturn Lad and Prince Projector. They were crazy to try to convince us they are Legionnaires. Right, Karate Kid. This so-called Saturn girl won't get away. But we are in the Legion. I'm Princess Projectra of Orlando. Let me go. We know these two girls are Legionnaires, don't we? Then why do the other heroes act as though the heroines are the Legionnaires who never were? A Legionnaire cruiser makes a silent landing on a lonely asteroid in the 30th century. This is Planetoid 7RK, where Karate Kid told us the space renegade Poser Do is taking refuge. Even though he's my boyfriend and the Legion's leader, I don't see why Val picked us to go after Poser. Do you, Saturn Girl? He must have had a good reason, Princess Projectra. Anyway, it's my first mission in my new costume. A costume I do not like, and I guess it was designed by a young comic fan. I'll flash on the info tape you brought along. I never heard of Poser until this mission came up. And Poser, so they activate the 3D projector. And Poser Do is especially dangerous due to his arsenal of deadly long-range weapons. Extreme caution must be taken around him to stay alive. Whew, Val certainly didn't pick an easy target for us. That's his ship. I recognize it from the info tapes. Use your telepathic powers to read Poser's mind and find out if he knows we're here. And apparently he does, and blast them out of the sky. So the two stricken heroines fall out of the sky sometime later. Whatever his weapon was, it knocked us out of the air like we were geese. We've been unconscious for hours. Ugh, Poser must have been hidden, just waiting to ambush us. Gone. Poser's apparently returned to the ship and jetted off this asteroid. We blew the mission. I hope Val isn't peeved at us for botching the job. At least Poser's weapon didn't do us any permanent harm. So they return back to Earth and Legion headquarters when the Legion suddenly sends out an energy grappler around their ship. It's only used to immobilize unfriendly invading ships, but why us? This is Cosmic Boy. Your craft has violated Legion airspace. Identify yourselves at once. Have you flipped out, Cos? Stop fooling around and release the ship. He sounded serious, Projectra. We better play along. We're Saturn Girl and Princess Projectra, returning from asteroid 7RK. We request permission to land. Negative. Touch nothing on that ship. We'll use the energy grappler to bring it in. Nope. I don't believe it. 4 of our teammates have taken weapons from our emergency arsenal, and it looks like they'll zap us if we make one quick move. Right, you phony. You two must take us for idiots. There never were any Legionnaires named Saturn Girl and Princess Projectra. You're both complete strangers to us. Now explain who you are and how you got access to one of our Legion cruisers. Cut the act, Karate Kid. This joke has gone far enough. Projector and I aren't laughing. And we're not joking. You're spies, and stupid ones too. You should have posed as real members instead of impersonating 2 Legionnaires who don't exist. You two are going to our detention sphere for questioning. Wait, let us loose for a few minutes. We'll show you proof of who we are, right here in Legion headquarters. So they look at all the Legion members, but they are not included. Wait a minute, maybe it's a trick. The last 2 cube slots are blank. It means we've just admitted 2 new members and haven't programmed the computer data for them yet, and neither of them is a girl. Noticeably upset, Projector's next stop is the Legion Hall of Trophies, but this isn't right. One of my trophies has always been here, and one of mine used to be right here. Somebody's been tampering with these exhibits. It's obvious these 2 spies are just stalling for time. That does it. Here's proof you can't dispute. Something's wrong. I've lost my illusion casting power. Ha! Very convincing performances. Blazing suns, all my telepathic abilities have vanished too. But if you want to see what your powers are supposed to be, take a look at our 2 new Legionnaires. Presenting Prince Projector and Saturn Lad. Oceans of Orlando, this is too much. They're real-life male versions of us. But our powers work. Look how easy it is for us to cast this illusion. And I'm picking up the thought waves of Shrinking Violet, who's on her way here right now. I came to take a look at the intruders. Saturn Lad was 100% accurate. He must have mind-reading ability, and Prince Projector has proved his illusion power. It looks very bad for us, Saturn Girl. And so they're put in a cage. At least one thing hasn't changed. The detention sphere, we are suspended at the exact center of this huge chamber by magnetronic rays flowing out in all directions. And Brainiac 5 designed the spheres to be virtually escape-proof. There must be an explanation for this nightmare, Projectra. Nightmare. Maybe that's the answer. What if Poser's weapon projected us into a dream so lifelike it seems like it's really happening? Right now, we might still be lying unconscious back on the planetoid. There's another possibility. Poser's weapon could have hurled us into a different dimension, with a parallel Earth, where another Legion exists, a Legion that we don't belong to. Two possibilities and maybe some more we haven't thought of. But we won't find the answer cooped up here. Saturn Girl, look at your hand. Val made an oversight and puts an escape method right at our fingertips. He probably figured our flight rings were phonies. It never occurred to him that they really work. Now I know your plan, Projectra. Let's try it. So they both use their rings to move in opposite directions and break out of the detention sphere, snapping it. We're free, yet we're not. This clubhouse is huge, but for us it's still a prison. We could never get out without being detected. What's next? You keep out of sight till I get back. What I have in mind won't take long. Silently, Projectra zooms through the maze of corridors she knows so well. Luckily, it's night. Most Legionnaires are asleep in their quarters, but right now there's one particular member I'm interested in. So she goes into the room with Karate Kid. So we underestimated you and your partner. You must have taken some mighty sharp thinking to escape your detention sphere. No one else can hear us. Here, Val. If this is all a big hoax, level with me. Val, that's beautiful. The enemy power you take orders from has even briefed you on my real name. Stop it. Stop pretending you don't remember that we're a couple. Only a few months ago you told me you loved me. We were on leave from the Legion and you took me on top of the glorious meteor pyramids of the planet Fraud. This double sunrise isn't half as beautiful as you, Jackie. I'm glad I finally told you how I feel about you. Believe me, Val, there isn't anyone in the universe I'd rather be with. And then suddenly she kisses him, but he starts to feel woozy. That's because I stopped by the equipment lab on the way here and coated my lips with knockout serum I concocted. It only works on Earth people, not Orandoians like me. And then she puts a miniature device on Val's neck. Should tell me what I need to know to clear up the mystery. Saturn Girl doesn't seem to be around anywhere. Has she been recaptured or... There you are. Your accomplice has already been taken, and you're next. Good. I was hoping I'd come across the prince. Again, time to go into my act. Now that I'm away from Saturn Girl, I'm positive I've regained my illusion powers. Does Projector know something we don't? Help me! I'm being devoured by some sort of alien gas creature. Hope the illusion I'm projecting around myself looks frightening enough to do the trick. Oh, every ounce of energy is being soaked out of my body. I'm dying. Great moons of Jupiter! Don't panic, Jackie. I'll summon the other Legionnaires. We'll get you out in time. An eye blink later, the apparition is gone. Too late, Prince Projector. You already gave yourself away. So, it's really Brainiac 5 under the mask. Yes, I used a device I invented to fake your power. Congratulations, Projector. You've come through the test beautifully. How about letting me in on this? Why test me? A few days ago, our archive computer disclosed some alarming data. This is bad. According to this prediction, one Legionnaire is dangerously near the breaking point. It's Princess Projectra. The data shows a 98% probability that she will break down in a time of crisis and jeopardize the other members. As you know, the archive computer is new and still in an experimental stage. There was a chance it had malfunctioned, made an error about you. The only way to find out for sure was to put you through a grueling ordeal. I was in on it. So I guessed you used your telepathic control to make me think I had lost my illusion powers. Right. As the proctor, I had to stay by your side and grade your response to each crisis. Sunboy and Chameleon Boy, at your service. I thought I was rather good as Saturn Lad, and it was simple for my chameleon powers to make me into a convincing poser. How did you get wise? One of Brainy's inventions helped me. I placed this tiny truth disc on Val's neck after measuring his electrostatic brain waves. It indicated he was lying. And you made a goof too, Brainy. As I planned the monster illusion I cast around myself made you panic for a moment, but long enough to let your guard down and call me by my nickname, Jackie. Only my friends ever call me that. It's about time you woke up, boss man. Did I pass the test? Tomorrow I'm ordering the computer to be dismantled and repaired. Wrong. I'm doing it. It's Monel, the deputy leader. Not anymore. It's past midnight of your last day in office, kid. Now I'm the new leader, and Element Lad is my deputy. Next morning, an official ceremony takes place as the adult advisor swears Monel. I wonder who that is. And I will... weird. And I will faithfully perform the duties of leader. Sorry, you're not leader anymore, Val. No, Jackie, sorry. I didn't leave office a week ago, so I wouldn't have... Sorry I didn't leave office a week ago, so I wouldn't have put you through that ordeal. And this is the final story in the Silver Age and the final story in Volume 3 of the Legion of Superheroes.